The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
We play to win. Let's go. Here we go. Check. Walk 54. Woo! Check.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. A big play there on the first play of the game. 64 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They run with Howard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, it's Howard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And some room to roam now. Just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 79 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run with Breida. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
Deshaun Jackson off to the races. 20, 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be...
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros.
'cause my name ring bells. People see me and can't help themselves. See me and themselves. I wouldn't wanna be anybody else. I never used to think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to find a ways to push my buttons. I came out of the jungle where it rained and it thunder, but I bring the heat like the summer. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well.
What'd you say? Moody?
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52
you watching that
champions,
shit?
Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few
I
moments
ain't gonna
ago.
lie, I wasn't thinking
where the
about that
city of
game,
brotherly
man.
love
I was
is
more,
fired
I
up
gotta
and
get,
saying,
I gotta get this shit right
fly,
first.
as they get ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
My Moody, see, I only play my Moody
Here's the
with the
kicker,
Niners because he
Jake
ain't got to
Elliott,
play
ready to
against
get
his
this
league.
one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will not be
That's what I'm saying. He ain't allowed to play with him. He can't play against them because I beat him too much with him. That nigga all on Facebook. Every time I post something, that nigga posting the pictures of the game. I'm finna fuck his ass up later on the day.
Here we go.
I ain't worried about that, boy.
Get that ball.
Oh, Carlos? Yeah.
They'll run for the first time with 10.
Yeah,
and he's taken down.
that nigga, the nigga he used to play, he used to be good last year.
They'll
The nigga
get a
fell off.
dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that,
Can't do
it'll be a
that
long
at all.
night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync,
I'm ready for the update
as we're
today and
seeing
shit.
so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front
They're
linebackers.
supposed to be going on today. You know they do one every Wednesday, right before the what's name starts.
Someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second
No,
down.
listen to my music, dog. I ain't trying to talk to you.
A bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hey, gun. 13.
On second and inches, Garoppolo. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 53 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second and 11 now. Wentz up front. The struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to one remaining. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Check safety, check safety.
To throw is Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Come on, Omaha. I got you.
On first down, here's Breida. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Let's go, Abby. Let me what you got.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Hey, John.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This from 42 yards out. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
11.
36.
Hey, gun.
Watch 36.
After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start on the ground with Breida. He finds an opening past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check 4.
I got you. Hey, gun.
And that'll set them back 5.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Watch 11. I got you.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard, and even 50 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Three buzz.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Let's go. We got this.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Back. Out. Lefty.
51 the mic, boys. 50.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
82.
51 the mic. Defense wins champions.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And this is caught by Jackson. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just second and short coming up.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
Hey, switch gears.
General West.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Here we go.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. They do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Goddard. A gain of 32 that time.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. The first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Garoppolo gives to Breida. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackle.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Check. 21. Here we go. I got you.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And
Hey, you know how to do that shit, bro? Huh? Max, you know how to do that when you're in coverage to make your nigga go get that quarterback? Now you click that little knob in. Yeah. I'm just making sure, man, you know, I want all my niggas to be fair, you know what I'm saying? Make sure they got all the tools they need to win and shit.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the second of their
Listen to my
timeout.
music, man. I gotta get back in my...
Remaining in half number 1. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Wentz. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
You go tight. You got
This 5-7.
You got tight right there. He's coming.
Here we go. Done.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Wentz now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
He's checking crack. Switch.
Run.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Go. Kill.
Wentz to throw again. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before half for Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Sunday.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Slam.
46 down, man. 5 points. Hey, Haywood.
Mike, 51. Mike.
Now Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Howard. A gain of 3, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wentz now to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
81.
Let's get there. 51 the mic, boy. 51. Here I come.
Here's Wentz to throw. That's caught by Jackson. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 54 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
65.
To throw is Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. It was the veteran safety Mcginnis who got a hand in there to disrupt it. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Jackson to return. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive...
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. Oh, good hurdle. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go, here we go. Waiting!
Hey, pick your game up. Run. He's done.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Trying the right side with Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Sunday.
Wentz. Well, he's going to go for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 46 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 78 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gold with the extra point. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Shorty. Let's find 7.
From the 29, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Go. Check 3. Wide. Get wide.
Wentz going to throw. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Go.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. Aguilar has it. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Well, we looked at each other in surprise, going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
Sunday.
On first down, Wentz. And the Niners get there and bring him down. D Ford. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Hey, watch it.
Ram.
Switch it.
To try again after the sack. Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Recon, 132 fighter. Sunday.
To throw is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Nick Bosa gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just about on his own goal line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. On the return, it's James. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game. Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run again with Breida. And some room to maneuver. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards on the ground. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
I got you.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mcginnis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Wentz to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ross Dwelly there to make the grab. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Garoppolo looks to throw. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.